announcements. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Where is the beef? Where is the beef? Are we starting? Where is the beef? Welcome, everyone. I know you know where the beef is. And we are starting, and we are on right now. Yes. Thank you for coming to the SilverDegenClub live stream, Wall Street Silver Management Takeover Edition. My God, about time. What is up, everyone? We got Illuminated Ape in the corner hanging out. We got Riddick, also known as Jace, in the club as well. What is up, guys? IA, what is up? And then Riddick, what is up?
Well, I've had a long night. I know you've had a long night. Um, we had a little bit of a premature victory a couple days ago. It resulted in, to the point, I've been usurping control. But it's all fixed now. The apes are back in control, in summary. Isn't that awesome?
It is, man. And hello from me for everybody. Yeah, it's been an kind of an emotional roller coaster in the last days. Let's leave it there.
So, Riddick, who are you? And why do we all kind of know you?
Yeah, only kind of perhaps. I'm nobody special myself, but my place in this whole mess is probably just a neutral party that's trying to do the right thing for the silver community and trying to reinstate Wall Street Silver to where it has been, to its former glory. That's my aim.
You're beautiful, Riddick. You're beautiful. So
Thanks, man. Thanks.
we love you. We love you. So we are looking
Goes both
at.
ways.
Oh yes, even better, even better. But yes, guys. So we are looking at right now. We are currently the mods that are actually moderating Wall Street Silver. The SDC team has all been invited to come over here and clean up this shit show that has been established by Ivan and Jumbo. So now we have to do the work to make sure it doesn't get taken down because it's basically weeks, if not days, away from getting taken down by Reddit itself. So we are going to enact a few different things in order to make sure this stays the course for at least a few weeks, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months. We're gonna play it by ear, but very simple right up front. Silver posts. Gotta have them silver posts. That's gonna be one of the rules. Do posts about silver. We're also gonna look at politics, but not in the way you guys have been posting, at least not in the way one guy has been posting this whole time. So if you are going to post something about politics, it must relate to silver. If you've been on the Silver Degen Club, then you kind of have an idea of how you can post about silver related politics, economic news. So that's how we're going to go about this going forward. IA, do you want to elaborate, or Riddick, do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I'll just touch base on this. So it's really shouldn't be a secret to anybody out there that Reddit is thinking about going down the path of an IPO. So, you know, following the policy that has been established by Reddit is crucial for the survival of the South. Uh, from what we found out last night, it looks like Ivan was attempting to get the stump purged because he failed to acknowledge and follow through with the promises that he made to the administrators of Reddit that resulted in a mod getting banned about a month ago. Found that maybe was probably Ivan, who was approving very, very hateful, site violating content. And this whole issue, I believe, is what resulted in them finally actioning the research that I had provided them that showed that Ivan was ban evading for a very long time. And if other people aren't aware, we took control of Wall Street Silver a couple of days ago prematurely. Ivan ended up usurping the control back via an alt account. But since then, Reddit admins have helped us kick all of the remaining Ivan accounts out, and people that would be bad actors or sponsors that were, for whatever reason, added as mods. And we seem to be in complete control. And it is in no small part at the end really due to Jace here, who you know, came to or allowed a conversation to happen. Um, so we can bring him up to speed on what was going on. That got censored and shut down on Wall Street Silver. That resulted in Ditch coming over to SilverDegenClub and a exodus pretty much. So um, it, it's just it's a long time coming, and I'm glad that we're finally in complete control of the subreddit at this point. And we're gonna be trying to clean up and exist in the space, comply with Reddit, so that we can continue to exist in the space and make this the home of SilverSqueeze again.
Yeah, well said, man. So yeah, from my perspective, I can only agree. You guys did the heavy lifting. In the end, I just happened to be at the right place in the right time to so to say save the subreddit. Maybe a bit of backstory from my whole role in this mess. So I was just some regular guy on Twitter on Wall Street Bets back in the day, and you might remember the SilverSqueeze day. It was February 1st, 2021, I believe, about 2 years ago.
Mhm.
And on that day, everybody went out and made posts on Wall Street Bets and promoted PSLV and stacking and silver and so on. And I had the luck of not being banned by the Wall Street Bets guys for some reason, and my post was up there, and I think it still is, although I was banned for the subreddit later. But yeah, my post got a bit of traction, and I was invited to mod WallStreetSilver then a couple of hours after it was created by Ivan, and I've been a mod ever since. But yeah, I wasn't as active in recent months and last year perhaps as I was in the beginning, because I saw what the subreddit has turned into. It was becoming much more political, off-topic political than I would have liked it, and I felt like I couldn't really keep moderating the subreddit to my satisfaction, considering what was going on there. Posts were just approved by the overlords, so to say, right? The creators of the subreddit, and we as mods kind of had to go along. And I, for myself, like a year ago, said, okay, I'm just gonna stay in the background and not participate in this anymore. So I just went silent and went off the grid, so to say, when it comes to moderating the subreddit. And that was until a couple of days ago. And
You want to fill everyone in on that, especially I know there's some people that want to hear how Ivan got control back, and the
yeah,
interactions you had with him.
I actually I was part of a WhatsApp group where there was kind of information being shared regarding spammers and users that are misbehaving in order for them to get taken care of and banned and whatnot. And out of the blue, a couple of days ago, Ivan messaged me and told me to make him moderator again on his alt account, claiming that Reddit has unrightfully banned him, and if I didn't mod him, that he would lose control to the subreddit to some hostile party, so to say. And me being oblivious to what was going on and not following the space at all, maybe not much at least for the last year or so, I just thought to myself, yeah, Ivan, he was the creator of the sub. I owe my modship to him, so to say. So I just went ahead and gave him the mod rights and gave him back control of the sub without actually vetting what he was saying. But yeah, I wasn't thinking much of it, right? Because Reddit, they're quick shooters when it comes to banning people. So I just thought that maybe he expressed some wrong opinion and got him
Yeah.
banned. which
completely
happens to the
understandable
best of
because
us,
you're
right? Yeah.
inactive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't active. I was still lurking around on Twitter a little, but not a lot. So I didn't really understand what was going on behind the scenes with Ivan and Jim and the whole stuff that's been
Yep.
happening.
There's
And
more, but yes, the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
stuff.
So
So
after that,
yeah,
yeah.
we took control, and this freak Jive out, after you had given him back control, and what had happened after that point?
So when I removed you guys and added Ivan back, I don't know, something must have happened so that you guys noticed it was me that removed you, and you texted me, um, asking me to have a conversation with you and being open-minded to what's going on. And I thought to myself, I don't know who these guys are, don't know if I should talk to them, and I just asked Ivan outright who they are. And he was like, "Oh man, don't listen to these guys. They're evil people. I love you. You're my brother." And keep in mind, I never spoke to him like before. he told me, "I love you, man, and you're my brother for life." And I was like, "Okay, how about you just tell me what these guys are on about?" And he was he
Nah,
was he
nah.
was evading. He was saying, "Man, I love you," and the typical stuff, right? I was, this is fishy. What is this guy talking about? Why doesn't he just tell me what's going on? And I was like, okay, I gotta listen to what these guys say. If he doesn't tell me, gotta get to the truth. And I told him, yeah, okay, everything's fine. I'm not gonna listen to them. But I did. I did. I didn't want to make him suspicious or anything. But I looked into your subreddit and your YouTube channel, and I got kind of suspicious of Ivan rather quickly after hearing what you guys are saying and what evidence you've been able to produce. And yeah, then we are already talking about today or
Yes,
yesterday, maybe your time.
Right, we
it's the
should
Yeah,
catch
same
people up with
day.
a little bit of drama today.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Today was exciting. Yeah,
Today has been very nice. We are seeing a lot of colorful feedback from 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 doing all this. Basically, I would say.
yeah, yeah. So first of all, I spoke to you guys, and you guys filled me in, and I learned what actually happened with Jim and Ivan, and about the terrible things they did, and the disgrace they brought upon the community. And I was like, damn, this is bad. You gotta get this guy out and do the right thing. So we did. I removed Ivan, removed his accounts, and uh, added my friends here. But our joy wasn't lasting long, because after like an hour or so, everybody of us was thrown out again. Seems like Ivan had some idle alt accounts sitting somewhere, and that was mod for longer than we were, and he was able to throw everybody out. And we already
But then the
thought the
hammer
fight
came.
was lost. Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Then the hammer came.
Well, we're at a world
Foolish
record
hammer.
now for being moderators. I would say
Yeah,
I think we're
Yeah,
at 7 hours, 8 hours now. So that's already a very strong world record. So
pretty good. Yeah.
now we still
but
have
as
some other issues with the moderators that are still left. We're gonna have to reach out to them to make sure they're actually real people and not just idle bot accounts that Ivan forgot to find the password for. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have to figure out what that is, and we're gonna have to work with Reddit to figure out how that works, because a lot of those other accounts have also not been active for a very long time. So they are just there taking up
right, but they're
space.
very willing to work with us and
Yeah,
help us get rid of those bad actors.
yeah. Reddit is willing to work with us and figure out who the right people should be running this. And I think they've made it very loud and clear since they've reinstated us. What, twice? Is it twice now or three times now? In
Twice.
Third time now.
Let's
Third
see
time's
what
the
happens
charm.
tomorrow.
yeah, we got to go a full day, man. A full day first, and then we'll see.
Really, yeah.
Uh,
But
but
to,
as it
to, to add
stands
some
right
credit,
now, oh, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, to add some credit where credit is due. You guys are huge fucking nerds. You figured all of this stuff out. I was oblivious, and you guys were able to produce so much evidence it really took not a lot of convincing for me to basically switch sides, so to say. And also, you guys figured out like every account in there, and I was completely oblivious. So the credits go to you guys. I was just in the right position out of luck. That's all.
No,
Well,
but we appreciate that for sure. But it's a community. It was a mod effort, and others as well and stuff. And so it wasn't just like
Okay, I'll take
just
that. I'll take that.
us. It was a lot of people doing it. It was a lot of
Yeah,
people.
yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
this is the best case scenario. I think this is the better timeline because we were telling Jeez last night, there was a potential that he might have been from Deagle Nation, and we were scared shitless.
Yeah, you guys are too good with that research.
We were very surprised and very happy to find out you were part of that.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
guess it
cool.
was quite the emotional roller coaster for all of us to that day.
So
Uh,
what else should we look at then? We are basically both. So what I guess what everyone's kind of thinking is what's happening with SDC, what is happening with Wall Street Silver. Both are going to exist. SDC is going to remain for memes, for the funny stuff, DD, whatever. You can post everything on there for the most part. It's just going to be more free, or what we've been doing this whole time. Wall Street Silver, in order to show Reddit admins and the IPO shareholders that we want to keep the Reddit from getting dissolved, we're gonna make it very, very directed at silver only, like we said before. So we're gonna make it very serious. So this is gonna that's the Wall Street Silver will become a serious spot for serious
Yeah,
right.
silver news,
And we're
serious
getting
silver
away from
DD.
Troy.
And we also had to get away from Troy because the trademark on Troy is constantly being fought in legal suits, and we don't want to get a cease and desist from some random guy claiming that he made Troy, and that's going to be a whole new mascot. That's going to be a whole
yes,
new
yes.
mascot.
Now, also as it stands right now, Ivan does not own the Wall Street Silver trademark. You can look this up on the U.S. trademark portal. Uh, Dimmy currently owns the ones for media rights, but the other ones are sort of up in the air. So we gotta somehow still have Jumbo. We're not sure how to do that yet, but hopefully he can just step away like he needs to and just stop.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Oh no, go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
maybe to just elaborate on what you said earlier. The current situation is every account that's associated with Ivan and Jim was banned from Reddit. Reddit mods actually stepped in. They removed Ivan's accounts and added us back as mods, so that we have now the full control over the subreddit. As it seems,
Right.
there's still some
For
other
now,
accounts in
I don't
there which we
know.
don't know.
We'll
So
see.
yeah, it's
Don't
take it
jinx
with a
it.
grain of caution.
We celebrated too early the first time, so
True, true, true. Reddit came in clutch first. That was great.
yes, yeah. Well, that's actually a good sign though. That shows that Reddit is trying to let us do what we have to do to make it right for their shareholders. Now, with all the screenshots
Yeah,
and that anyone that has been taking screenshots of Wall Street Silver the past 6 months, that's more than enough to get any fucking Reddit banned. So
May,
any major news outlet that has access to all this is gonna eat that shit up, and that's probably why Reddit's getting pressured. I don't know fully if that's the case, but I can only assume. I can only
yeah, who
assume.
knows? But maybe if you wanna show, I've sent a screenshot from Reddit mod of code of conduct, where they in November 2022 they wrote to the mod team of Reddit, of WallStreetSilver Reddit, and asked us to please clean our mess up, so to say. And also, as we didn't answer, they sent two more messages saying final bump, and thankfully some mods answered. But I think it was a pretty close call back then, and the fact is that the issues they were addressing haven't been solved this day. So we should really get to work on this and on making the sub compliant and to kind of clean up shop, so to say, in order for Reddit not to delete this subreddit, because it seems to be really close that they're getting sick of it, and we have to make change there.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty.
Oh, absolutely.
You could get away with a lot on Reddit if you just follow the TOS. Like this, it's the
Yeah.
same with like YouTube. It's the same with all these platforms. All platforms have TOS rules, and if you just follow it and then get creative about it, you can get around a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, they're not that strict as some people might imagine. I know as Reddit is dominated by some certain ideologies when it comes to mods, but I think the Reddit TOS are they can be worked with. Let's say. Uh,
Yeah, there's plenty of wiggle room in all that. Did GG
Reddit
Bullion, did you
TOS.
sneak in to our live stream to say hi?
Are we live right now?
Okay, yes, we are live right now.
You're alive.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. Oh, everybody, go follow GG Bullion on Twitter.
That's what I like to hear. A grand shilling event jumping in the middle of the live stream. I love it, GG. Thank you.
You know,
Find
so
GG on the sidebar, SDC. You can click on it.
yeah,
Has a link to his Telegram or Twitter, I believe. One of those. One of those.
yes, the Telegram.
We're throwing an ad in. This is an organic ad. We just randomly brought this up, guys. Like, we love
Yeah.
we love seeing those videos where like people are like just, oh yeah, there's a volcano going off in Hawaii, but that's what made me think of buying goldminingstock.com. Like it's so hilarious, man. They try to bring it up naturally and shit. So good. But I sidetracked us. IA, what else do you see in your eyes that are glowing?
Uh, Everyone should learn the definition of astroturfing, and I don't mean grass or the synthetic kind. And that's a little off topic, but at the same time, that's a little bit what we're seeing in the subreddit because we've taken control away from a one-sided political ideology. We're not interested in shutting down conversation and debate. The First Amendment was inspired by the idea of arguing things, really controversial ideas. If everyone can do that by adhering to the Reddit terms of service, we will stand by that. Uh, but we're going to get away from those one-sided political conversations and just things that make people it's a generation of vitriol, and it's hate, and it just violates terms of service, and we just want a nice stacking community, guys.
Well,
Yeah,
also
let's make this about silver again. That's our primary goal, right?
that's been my
Yes.
my copy and paste reply to everyone that's bitching about not being able to post some crazy political thing. So like that's my standard reply right now. But I mean it's pretty. You got
So
to think of it from a silver industry and stacker in general. You have to think about it bigger than what some of the people that actually legitimately are complaining. Mostly, there's a lot of like fake accounts complaining, but there is legitimate people complaining about that. So, but you got to think about it from a new person that's coming in to a Reddit that's trying to look at silver, and then they see a bunch of crazy political stuff that's either too right wing or too left wing, and we all know that it's mostly right wing stuff that's posting there, but there is some left that used to get posted as well too, but if someone's coming to Wall Street Silver, they're expecting to see silver, something about silver. So it makes sense that it shouldn't be unwelcoming to the newcomers that are coming on. And also, we want to make sure we don't scare off the younger generation, because if we don't get the younger generation involved in silver or gold, if we don't get them involved in any kind of sound money, then they're just going to buy crypto and they're going to buy stocks, and then they're fucked. Essentially, they're fucked. So all the generational wealth that their parents brought over to them, maybe it was all in gold and silver. It gets convert it instantly to fiat, then it gets to crypto, the stocks, and then it's gone. So we got to make
Yeah.
sure there's a way for these younger people to want to be involved in silver and to actually learn stuff. They can learn it from Wall Street Silver, and then they can have the fun stuff or the silly stuff on the Silver Degen Club. And I think that's a good combo.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
this is beautiful. I'm so happy this is happening because I way back whenever things really got out of control with the like way out there political stuff, maybe one in every 10 posts was about silver. Like I stopped. I was like, yeah, don't go to Wall Street Silver. So I'm glad that's turning around because it is like a sizable sub. I don't know how much. Have you guys checked into that? How many bots were like on there? I've never been a Reddit mod, so I don't know what you can really
Well,
see on
I,
That's a
I
good
that.
point. That's a good point, and most people don't realize, but uh, for the last 6 months or more, we've known because we talked to people in the industry, uh, Jim Lewis or AKA James Morris, and he was very proud of the fact that they bought bots. They were running bots in Wall Street Silver, and the egregious thing of all this is we do not know how big our following is because of those bots. How many in the Reddit are actually real people? Um, Right now, I think the only thing that we have to go on is the count at SilverDegenClub of real people, and even then, we've seen a little bit of botting, but we've tried to get tamp that down.
Gotcha. Because yeah, I mean, looking at Wall Street Silver, uh, and I kind of noticed this that the numbers are a little bit more realistic since this has kind of been going on. Maybe that's just me looking in at odd times, but it seems like a
Well,
bunch of the bots stopped.
yeah, I would say a decent amount of them have. And well, funny thing is, the first time we did get power of Wall Street Silver and we're at it, I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty fucking sure I have a screenshot. And right after Tadpole Tube added me, um, the active members went from 500 to 3,500 instantly. Instantly, and it stayed there for a while. So I don't know how. I mean, maybe that was just timing. If they actually had that many bots, but I mean, it happened like right after I got at it. So our names are probably flagged somewhere through some kind of scrubbing bot technique. I don't know, but
we
I'm
immediately got downvotes. It was probably Ivan. Uh, but you know what, DMM, can you go into the mod insights of Wall Street Silver and show everybody the traffic or the member growth over the last 30 days? And it's by the shield
Oh yeah, give me a sec. Can you
next
see
to
it still?
the messages. You have to just hover over the shield next to your messages.
No, no. Did it actually go
Insights.
wait, can
They
you see this? Can you actually see this? Me doing it?
and then we're gonna go down to member growth. You see where I'm page views right now?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. No, can you actually see it right now? Or is it black? Because it looks
Yes,
black on my
yes,
screen.
we can see it.
It
I,
looks
I
I
think
black.
we can see it.
It looks black on the. Okay, it's black on the YouTube. Hold on. Okay.
Okay. Well, I think it also needs to be bigger on the YouTube too,
Yep,
as that's
I got
possible.
I got it bigger. All right, so we should be good now. They should be able to see it. So member growth, right?
Uh,
Was it member growth
and
or
member
what?
growth.
Okay. So let's look at the past 30 days. What are we at? 170,
I'm
78.
also not seeing it bigger on the YouTube. Can people confirm it in the chat, please, if you see the screen bigger or not?
It should be good now. They should be able to see it now, I believe. Can you guys not see that in the chat?
Oh, there it goes. Shall I see it bigger?
yeah, I can see it
Uh,
on the YouTube.
Oh, you can? Okay, cool, cool.
all right. Now click on member growth
Yep,
and just change the chart for 30 days.
we're on it right here. We're we're on it right now.
All right, so if everyone looks at the very beginning of this month, it was peaked at number of growth and it just fell off. So I think based on just this and looking at some other things in here, Ivan gave up about a month ago. They stopped using the bots to grow the subreddit. It last almost 20 something days. They've been just trashing it on purpose because they don't have any stake in the game anymore until we came along. That's my theory.
Very likely there, I would say. Sorry if you guys heard that ringing for a second. I had to turn that off. Uh, but interesting spike there. What else? How are we looking for the? Well, these numbers are kind of hard to measure anyway.
Well, if those numbers are basically what our impact was in January leading to now, um, because of they didn't have as much incentive to pump the bots in here, although they really ramped up the Twitter.
Oh yeah. Twitter's on fire. Twitter is on fire. That for sure. That for sure.
So
Uh,
right now, I think it's really important that we make it really known that Twitter and the other socials do not represent us because this whole thing is really about making sure the image of stacking community is not polluted with all of those negative things that can be used against us from reaching a wider audience that could preserve their wealth during a time like this. So it's just something I want everyone to kind of keep in their mind why this had to happen because it had to, and this is probably the best timeline. Yeah, otherwise it could have just got really nasty. This whole community could be imposed on the whole stacking community, and be made to look like very bad, nasty people in the media. So I'm glad that we're able to usurp control, get away from those nasty people doing this, and now we can preserve that image.
Yeah.
100%, man. Go ahead, Gigi. Sorry.
Oh no, and yeah, I was just gonna say, with what was on Wall Street Silver, prior to I guess like today or a couple days ago, whenever this officially got under control, yeah, I was pretty concerned about that with at least the numbers that it was showing. Like, if people are looking up silver, it got mentioned in the media, all of that stuff, and you go there and it's just nut job political stuff, and it's yeah, if anything, it's like turning it. 1% of the population might look at that and be like, "Oh yeah, I want to get involved in this," but most people, like most normal people, are going to be like, "Yes, stacking is probably not for me," which is the exact opposite of what we want to do. So
No, I
Yep,
totally
and
agree,
Simeon
man.
Stacker totally violates everything that we're trying to do here. So
Oh, I mean, I don't know
he's
how
done.
he hasn't been banned in general, just from Reddit, from the majority of the posts. But I mean, I guess he's just been lucky. I mean, when you don't have a Reddit, when you don't have a Reddit mod team actually moderating, that tends to happen, I guess. Things get slipped through the cracks. So, uh, Jace, did you want to add anything, say anything random that's on your mind about this? Before we go to the questions, if there is any questions from the live stream chat.
Yeah, we'll take
Um,
any questions. We want to be completely transparent, guys. So just think about them now
yeah,
and put them in the
yeah.
chat.
Just ask away. No, my only point is basically I've been arguing with a lot of Wall Street Silver users in the last hours about where the sub is heading now, what we are trying to do, what we're not trying to do, and people seem to kind of misunderstand the post I was making regarding where we are and our steps forward. Mainly, people were taking issue with the fact that we were apparently censoring them and restricting free speech on the
Ah,
subreddit. and pretending that there's some Democrat conspiracy orchestrated by Reddit to install mods that push their agenda or whatever. It's just all a lot of crap, guys. Come on, we just have to be pragmatic here. That's
Do
the
you
only thing.
do you want to explain to people how Reddit works, Jace? Just because you wrote a really good example in one of the replies that I
Yeah,
saw, and it's pretty much the same across the. It is the same across all
yeah.
of Reddit in general.
So people, we our rule was basically you can talk politics if you want to, just as long as it's directly connected to silver, right? I mean, okay, you can make up a connection between everything, right? Vaccines are connected to silver somehow, but it's not like a direct connection like it is to, for example, economic policies and so on. So we ask people to just stay on topic when it comes to silver. It has been a silver subreddit after all, right? It has it in its name. Should be about silver. That's how Reddit works. If you go on Reddit, there's a lot of subreddits. Each subreddit has the sole purpose of channeling a topic to talk about. That's the whole point of having subreddits. If you want something where you can speak about everything and there's no moderation, I guess you could just have one big subreddit and everybody just bashes their heads in. But that's not how
That's
Reddit
called
works.
4chan.
Yeah, well, you can do that on Twitter if you want to, perhaps, but Reddit is just not the platform for that. Reddit is for making communities centered around a specific topic. And our topic is silver, investment related to silver, economic policy, and everything connected to that. So is it too much to ask that we stay on that topic and not start posting videos of fucking Biden sniffing girls' hair? I mean,
There's so
I
many
find
of those.
I find
There's
them
so
funny
many
too,
of
but
them.
come on, guys, it's not about silver, and we can't keep people posting that stuff and expect Reddit to not do anything about it. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
it's
easy. It's an easy ban. It's an
yeah,
easy ban
yeah.
from Reddit's end to ban
This is
us.
this is the idea that we're starting to censor people. It's so wrong. We're not restricting opinions. We're just saying, okay, keep it focused on silver. You can have whatever opinion you want. If you think there's Keynesian policies that are in favor of silver or whatever, you can write that. That's fine. Just have a post that's connected to silver. That's all we ask for. If you want to talk about Biden, there's probably subreddits to talk about Biden. So just go there. But apparently, Wall Street Silver has become like an echo chamber for a certain group of political views, and that's just not what it is, right?
I mean,
If
I'd
you want to
rather.
create your own subreddit to talk about it, it's really that simple.
And once, actually, that's a funny thing because once people realize that, because I've told many people before, you could just start your own Reddit. It's really your own community. It's super easy. The creating it is the easy part. It's the managing
Yeah,
it that
yeah,
becomes the you're gonna age very quickly doing this.
yeah.
As
I aged like 3 years within the last 12 hours.
well, oh
My hair's
God,
got
dude.
visibly grayer.
Dude, my beard's so gray now. My beard's so
Yeah.
fucking gray now. It's crazy. It's all
You know,
cortisol and shit and stress.
aside from that being just how Reddit works, it's also like keeping it on topic. Just it makes sense to actually growing active users that make content, or lurk, whatever. Like if I go to Warhammer 40,000 subreddit and it's all Star Trek stuff, I'm
Yeah.
not going to stick around. Like it's the exact same thing here. I don't know why certain people on Wall Street Silver have argued that everything's political, but
Well,
it's
they
just
just
not
say
good.
free.
It's not
They
good
just say you're
conversation.
censoring, free speech whenever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's which is hilarious.
People are really quick to pull that one out. Yeah. It's kind of like a instant reaction as soon as you're saying, okay, we will only allow this going forward. There's being censorship and you're restricting free speech, despite free speech meaning something completely different. But I don't know. It's just sad that people are reacting with such animosity, and then saying, okay, you see the reaction from the community. You must be doing something wrong, don't you see? And I'm like, yeah, come on, everybody that like the way it currently is with the whole politics stuff is in the subreddit, and everybody that wants to talk about silver already left because it has become such a cesspool for politics.
That
So of
is
course the
exactly
current
correct.
members stop working. Yes.
That is exactly correct. I'm glad you pointed that out because even when we
Yeah.
first started, that's how it was. All the content creators, all the DD guys, everyone came to our spot. Thankfully, thank God, everyone came to our spot and not some other spot that didn't know what they were doing or something. You know,
Yeah.
like
You
we were
must be doing
actually
something
ready.
right, guys.
I mean, it's pretty crazy. So it's cool to see. It's cool to see.
Yeah, I was posting the same stuff on Twitter, and I got the whole different responses. People on Twitter were like, "Yeah, sounds good. Politics was the reason I left the sub. Great to have promising new leadership and so on." And on the subreddit itself, it just was just a huge mess. So yeah, we're working on that, but some people have to bite the apple, I guess.
Bite it. Bite it.
But
Bite
that's
it. Bite
Yeah,
it.
it's just how it is. We have to, otherwise Reddit will shut us down. It's as simple as that. If you want to save the subreddit and we think it's worthwhile saving, some people say, yeah, you bend the knee, not worth it, and just let it go down in flames and whatever. And come on, man, this subreddit is not just about politics. Silver has more to it than talking about politics. There's a whole lot of topics that are not political that nobody at Reddit cares about, and we can talk about, and there's tons of articles for new investors and people to look into that are not based upon politics, and this is what the sub should be about.
and
Yeah,
well,
helping people understand silver.
and IA brought that up. It's not that. I mean, I figured. I still kind of think this is gonna get taken down at some point. I think it's probably beyond saving
Yeah, might be.
if a lot of the, like, you know, the news articles are gonna start coming out, then that's gonna be, you know, from big publications and stuff. Like if it actually does happen, and it will probably get taken down. But the reason why we didn't want it to get taken down was first because we're part of the OG meme team. We're part of the OG members that started all this shit that have been making content for Wall Street Silver for this entire time. And we don't want to give stackers a bad name because the Reddit gets taken down for all the crazy shit that's on it. So it's an attempt to save the silver stacking community, and I hope we succeed. Um, we're gonna keep doing it, and we'll see what happens. This still hasn't even been a whole day yet, guys. So we gotta wait for the week to
Yeah,
end at
this
least.
feels longer than it actually has been.
It feels
uh,
way longer than it's
yeah.
actually been. So Gigi, if do you have anything else to say? Otherwise, we'll head out to the questions that people are posting in
Uh,
there.
yeah, this is probably a good segue into the questions. Is maybe you guys know, but has whatever Jim, Ivan, whatever, on their Twitter, any other social media, have they even acknowledged anything of this Reddit stuff that's been going on? Like publicly
We
acknowledged it?
I haven't seen anything
We
from
haven't
them.
seen. We're
Okay, that's
blocked, so it's very hard to see.
okay.
Now we only have one person calling out the frauds or calling out what's even happening right now. That's Peter Spina. So he's actually been tweeting this out like the past. I mean, he's been tweeting it out for a while now, but he actually tweeted it out today and stuff. So thank you, Peter Spina of
Yeah.
SilverSeek.com. Go to SilverSeek.com, guys. But that's the only guy we have. I mean, are you seeing this all over Twitter right now? I'm not seeing this all over fucking
If you,
Twitter right now.
if you go over the Wall Street Silver account, the one that Jim's leading, the one that's followed by Elon Musk, he hasn't acknowledged anything. There was no post about it, nothing. The guy he followed me until like a couple of hours ago when I made public with a post, and then all of a sudden he blocked me. But no, there's been no posts from him, no acknowledgement. The only thing he did is he removed the Wall Street Silver subreddit from his link tree and replaced it with an OnlyFans apparently, which leads to a
Yeah,
Rickroll
yeah.
video. But
I think
yeah,
that's been
yeah,
there. Yeah, that's been there a
oh yeah,
while.
might have
Yeah,
been,
yeah.
yeah.
But
No, but
yeah,
he acknowledged he's watching. That what we know for sure. But he's not acknowledging it publicly because he doesn't want people to get any attention
well,
to
I
what's happening
mean,
with us.
why would no one be talking about this in the industry? Like this is I would assume that well maybe it's just I'm too close. Maybe me and Illuminated Ape and maybe all of us on this call here are just we're just too close to the Reddit and no one else gives a fuck in the industry. Is that the case? Or are they just being
Yes.
silent for some other
Well,
reason? Like I
to be
gotta know.
fair, I'm not. Nobody knows who I am. Nobody. I am not a name in the silver space. Nobody knew my account. I asked people with proof that I'm in control of the subreddit, as I'm a mod, and I asked big names in the silver space what they think, and I got no answer. So
Media
yeah,
blackout, man. The
some
media
people just
blackout.
seem to want to say nothing.
It's the media blackout. It's other forces of nature working against us. But that's cool. That's cool because that just adds to the pile of other stuff that we could deal with later because we're dealing with this now instead. But yeah, I haven't heard anything else. Uh, let's get into some of these questions though because are we already at an hour? Oh no, we're almost at an hour. So I want to make sure we answer people's stuff before then. So can we get Chris, the coach, Marcus from Jake's Custom Parts? I believe I'm saying that right. Yes, Jake's Custom Parts. Um, Chris actually did text me this morning, so he said he's down to help in any kind of way he can. So I'm happy to have Chris Marcus come on and do interviews, whatever he wants to do. We're very relaxed at the Silver Degen Club, guys. So we're down to do interviews with people that help get new stackers uh, invigorated. Younger stackers invigorated. We got to get the younger stackers invigorated, but we also want to show that we do have some people that actually think we're doing a good job here. So we want to have as many interviews as possible. Same thing with community members. We want to have lots of community members come on and talk. GG will have his own dedicated interviews, so you get to know all about his cool stuff that he's doing with his company and how he's helping out, how he's making a bunch of cool shit and stuff in his house. So it's really cool. But what else? Could you do you want to add anything to that, IA, or do you want to go to the next question?
Um, I apologize. I was actually moderating Wall Street Silver because, there's been a lot of hate comments that were flagged. So I actually had to take my mind off the question. So what was it?
Oh no, you're good. You're good. We could. I think we could go to the next question. So, will paper, silver manipulation theories and gold as well be allowed?
Um, I think that's fine. But the focus still has to be on silver. If it starts to get overwhelming with gold, then we're going to have to re-evaluate that.
I think that makes sense. I think Neil gets a pass for platinum just because he's the platinum king. He might get a pass for that. But what else? What do you think, Jace, about that?
Yeah, I agree. It's really a thin line. We have to kind of define where we want to draw the line, and it's gonna be difficult because there's always be fringe cases where you could say, yeah, okay, it's connected to silver or it's not. But we have to find some way to delineate what goes and what doesn't. But I think the example you gave, it should be fine from my eyes.
Sweet, sweet. Let's see. We got another one from Jake's Custom Parts. What will happen to the Wall Street Silver YouTube channel, guys? Woo!
Well, I think the people that are well, what's his name? Sing Unji or whatever. He's gonna be really mad and probably separate. He's been basically running that channel because Ivan doesn't want to do it. Whenever Ivan does interviews, he sets a timer on his phone, and as soon as it goes off, he shuts down the interview, cuts off the guests. So I think they're sick and tired of it, especially with this sort of exposing that Ivan's not even in control anymore. If Ivan's not even control, then why are they even dealing with them? So I imagine a big exodus similar to what we saw when we exposed what was going on 5 or 6 months ago.
Oh yeah, yeah. Do you have any theories, Jace or GG, on what might happen to the?
No idea, man.
Yes.
I don't know. um, I could never even watch those videos. I would get like, and I'm like the ultimate target audience for like a silver podcast type format. I could never get more than 3 minutes in. So their YouTube is kind of like I don't really know if people watch that. If that's bots watching it, I really don't know.
Yeah, it's a enigma, I would say. It's an enigma for us all. I am going through. I see Robin Hood. I see Chill, Kelly Woos. Neil is always in here. What's up, Neil? We got to interview you, Neil, at some point. You're a huge part of the silver and gold community, so you need to come on a show with us. Uh, Dan Tholen, cool. Nice to see you. Yodi is always hanging out. Thank you, Yodi. Who else do we got? I think we might be good on the questions, guys. We got Dibble. Dibble
Did,
sticking.
did we ask about did we touch base on the ledger?
We did it, but isn't that what else? Well, what else can we say about it? Besides it doesn't
Well,
exist.
for those that don't know, right? I'm assuming there's might be people out there that didn't know because Jace was in this boat. That not all most people are familiar with James Morrison's past, and that overshadowed what Ivan did. But what Ivan did was basically commit fraud with the GoFundMe. In that they promised a ledger, and there's really no way to account for those billboards. From what I saw, um, they seemingly went up in places that were low traffic and next to gentlemen clubs. That's a fancy word for saying right next to a strip club. So you can imagine, Apes, that there's something really fishy going on there. And, how did they get all this money for bonding and whatnot? So I think there's a lot of gray area there. And if you donated to that, talk to GoFundMe, maybe they can engage something. It's been a while now, but I still think there should be some justice served there.
Yeah, and no fault to anyone that doesn't know about this, by the way, guys. This is really you have to be really intent on not only the silver industry, which almost no one is, and you
Yeah.
have to also be very intent on the silver drama going on. So even more niche. So if you did not know about that, it is to no fault of your own. Only the psychos like
Yeah.
us actually live and breathe this because this is our essentially our life right now. We do this full time. So don't feel
So
bad if you
I
didn't know
just saw
about
a new
this.
Yeah, and I just saw a new question that really was exciting, exhilarated me because, are there ways to flush out the bots? One of the first things we started in SilverDegenClub was an initiative to verify who the real apes were. And I think we're going to try and bring that concept over to Wall Street Silver in that, you got to post a picture of some shiny daily silver and put a note that has the current date and your username. And I feel like AI is not at the point of actually handwriting it yet. So that's a pretty darn good way of figuring out who's real, but still. That doesn't illuminate who the bad actors in the Fed or special interest accounts are. So we got to be mindful of that as well.
Yes, yes. So we'll definitely do something like that. We're gonna try to do a cross promotional contest as well with SDC and WSS, like back and forth type stuff. We're gonna figure out a lot of that stuff as we continue to grow and get bigger and get more people engaged and uh, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We have a lot of ideas right now. It's mostly just damage control right now for to make sure the sub stays alive. Um, I think that's kind of all of it, guys. We got, I think, through all the questions, unless you guys have any last second stuff, question wise, that you
Yeah,
want to put
asked
down.
away.
In the meantime, while you guys are typing away, we do have we did get a new Patreon member. Gloves for sale. Hashtag drain the mitt is stupid or dumb. It was one of it was one of those. So if anyone does decide to join our Patreon, you will get your name shouted out at the end of our videos when we make them. I'll have like jpow saying something, or Gorlax the Destroyer saying something, or Bognadov Silver Bognadov saying something, shouting out your name, and that's so that was cool to get another member to actually jump on in, even if he's trolling. I think it's hilarious. Um,
Yeah, thank you, because every little bit counts. We've been living off our savings, selling our silver stack, and giving it out for contests to keep this going so that we could take down Wall Street Silver because it was so needed for the silver community. So if you could help us out with our mission to keep the integrity strong and make sure we hold the industry accountable for any sort of scams or shady business while we fine tune and get back onto the focus of SilverSqueeze. That just you'd have my eternal thank you.
uh,
Yes, and also like the video and leave comments because it helps in the algorithm.
Oh,
Do
Yeah,
that.
thank
that's
you.
true too.
Yeah, thank you, Gigi. I always forget to say like and subscribe. Like we have 300 followers, guys. So share this shit everywhere. Share it everywhere, and get all your friends to sign up and just subscribe. And they don't
Yeah.
even have to watch anything. Just have them do that. We need
Make
the
sure
sub
the
counts.
industry knows that we are not affiliated with Jumbo and that Twitter or anything to do with those guys, and we gotta finish cleaning up shop so that we can pair our image and optics out there and attract more apes to the cause.
No, totally, totally.
So I think that's it. I don't see any more questions. We're going to do more of these. We love doing live streams and getting live questions and engaging the community. And we're going to keep everyone up to date on whatever happens go forward. We got a lot cleaning and rules to put out, or um, just fixing things, guys. So give us a little bit of time and bear with us, and we'll get this ship sailing again by next week on a straight and narrow.
Hey, Gigi, go ahead and shill all the stuff that you got, and I'll make sure to put it in the description below, and then Jace, you will do the same after.
Okay, so the Twitter is at GG underscore bullion. The Instagram is at GG bullion official. And I think the Telegram group is called GG Bullion Classic Buyers Club. But if you go to the SilverDegenClub thing, it's like on the affiliate links that'll take you to the Telegram group. And I'm gonna be putting stuff on YouTube soon, but like I don't have anything ready for that yet. But that's gonna be a thing too. I think that's all my shilling for right now.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. You did it the way I always like to see it too. You gave it all, and you came in as you snuck in, and I love it.
Yeah, I didn't even know we were live. I thought it was just like we're on Discord, like just talking. It's like, oh shit, we're live. Nice.
No, it's perfect, man. You win the Schiller's Corner award for this live stream. So congrats,
Nice.
congrats. Jace, anything you have to shill? Anything you wanna parting words for tonight?
Not much to share. Maybe my Twitter account if you want to. It's CEO Swan Gold. Um, that's it. If you wanna check out, I don't post a lot of stuff, but sometimes I do. So that's where you would find me on Reddit. Riddick with 3D 1337. And yeah, for me, there's not much left to say other than thank you guys very much for putting in the sweat and hours to expose all of this. and produce the evidence and do the right thing and set up the subreddit in order to be compliant and great again. So let's get to work on that.